Greetings, my V family all over the world. This is your chief, proudly wearing the PJ City jersey where QNet is a major title sponsor. And I'm here, and you can see I'm in a different environment because today we had the privilege and honor of the one and only Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran coming to speak to the players of PJ City. All right, and I need you guys to do me a huge favor. Wherever you are in the world, my loyal downlines, all right, please follow PJ City FC on Instagram, on Facebook. We are the greatest story in Malaysian football. Our team is fully local, led by the one and only Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran's vision, all right, of creating champions and giving a chance to anyone with skill, regardless of race, religion, and creed, to have a chance to play professional football. So PJ City is just not a football club, but it's about the vision of Dato Sri Vijay. So follow us on Instagram, PJ City FC, and Facebook. All right? Guys, listening to Dato Sri Vijay today, speak to the players. And it reminded me of the early days where I used to sit down and listen to him address the global leadership around the world. And today, listening to him, it brought back memories of a module that he used to do that I used to duplicate as well as I could and share it with every country I traveled, every networker I met. The rule of the 1%. And I haven't done this for such a long time. So I realized today that many of you are sitting back and you're watching this video, whether you're brand new, whether you've been around for a long time, whether you're achieving any of the TATs that you're set out to achieve, that every networker I know reaches a point of frustration where they start to wonder, they start to ask themselves, what else do I need to do? What extra do I need to do? What's missing? And here is my answer. Now, all through your journey of networking, the past 1 year, 1 day, 1 month, 12 years, 22 years for some of you, regardless of how long you've been in the business, you need to understand that you have achieved 99%. All right? And you need to understand what I mean by this. That everyone thinks they are lacking so much, that they have to now evolve, change, go through some drastic life-changing experience to rise, to be able to achieve the greatness they are destined to achieve. But here, let me give you some great news. That every one of you on this call today, you are there at 99%. That you know what networking is. You know what paying the price is. You have all watched the 8 basic building blocks. You all have fantastic uplines. You belong to a great system. You watch all the videos of Japadas, Dato Sri Vijay, myself, Instagram Live, Wednesday Message, everything. Guys, you have what it takes. But the problem is, you are at 99%. Every one of you. That you can be 1 week old in QNet. And from 0 to 99%, it's possible. That the majority of people I know, all right, in this journey from 0 to max out, they have all achieved this ability, this capability of at 99%. That means somebody signs up today, and if I train them for 1 week, they will have enough knowledge, all right, enough answers, enough strategies. They know exactly what they need to do. They need the discipline. They know exactly what discipline and sacrifice they have to make. And they would be at 99%. So here's the interesting thing I realize. That the majority of your network around the world, even if they are new or they are 10 years old, the greatest challenge they face is they're all stuck at 99%. So stop looking for drastic answers. You have it all. You have the whole formula. You have everything already within you. But the challenge is you are stuck at 99%. And this is why people do not achieve their goals. This is why people struggle to max out. This is why people get frustrated and quit. They don't quit at 1%. They don't quit at 5%. They don't quit at 40% because that's a journey of growth. Now, some people may take longer to reach 99%, and some people take 1 week to reach 99%. The challenge is everyone gets stuck at 99%. So if you think, and somebody mathematically created a formula and told you, hey, listen, you have so much to grow, you have so much to learn, you have so much to evolve. No. If you have attended VCC, VCon, ISB, attended the system of your organization, network marketing is not complicated. Network marketing is not rocket science. I've told you this thousands of times. That a moron with a dream can max out. That somebody who's consistent can max out. But what happens to everyone is they grow from 0 to 99%. Everyone does. If you're watching me today, right now on this Wednesday message, congratulations, you are 99%. Now here comes the mystery. Why is the last 1% the hardest, most difficult, most mysterious, most complicated, most frustrating achievement in a journey of a network? And you know when you cross that 1%. That means you are now at 99 and you just need that 1%, and you're boom, max out king, max out queen. You're ready to conquer the world, and all you need is that 1%. So today, on this Wednesday message, I am going to tell you your 1%. As Dato Sri Vijay told me 22 years ago. Alright? So listen very, very carefully. That 1%, this magical, mysterious 1%, is this movement of this whole business from an intellectual, scientific, projectable, mathematical formula 12 inches down to your heart. That the final 1% is not logic, is not solution, it is not an answer. It is when you do it from here, when you do it with a vibrant, emotional, almost bringing tears to your eyes, willing to die, scream, shout that this is my life and nothing and nobody can stop me. When you have that moment, the epiphany or whatever they call it, when you know this is it, that 1%, you are searching here, you are searching around you, you are searching from your upline, you are searching through videos, you are searching through every single channel you can find. But that 1% is when you do it from here. When you do it with sincerity, when you do it with humility, when you do it because you know this will complete who you are, that this business becomes your life. When this business is not 1 hour a day, but every single minute, every single second, that the day that you realize that you are not in QNet, but QNet is in you, that rhythm is not a slogan, but it's your life mission. That moment when you realize that you not only respect Dato Sri Vijay, but you love him, that you're willing to follow him to the edge of the cliff and take a leap of faith simply because of your belief in him, his vision, his words. His unconditional love for humanity. That 1% is when you realize that this is not a business, but this is a life-changing force, that we are here to give people hope, to change lives, to make a difference in communities, in countries, to save the human race. When you realize that this is your purpose and not your activity. When you realize that when your downline buys their dream car, give their parents their dream house, put their kids in their dream schools, pay off their debts, and you have a pride in you that you were part of making it possible. That when somebody says something negative about QNet, you take it personal. That you don't shut up. That you stand up for this company, this family. When you are willing to do whatever it takes, go to jail, whatever, for the purposes of the dreams of your downlines, and you stay strong at any moment of adversity, and you never even think for 1 second that you will ever give up, no matter how difficult, how challenging, because you realize that 1% is about the people who trust you, who depend on you, who put their dreams in your hands, that this is no longer a business, but it is life. That is the 1%. Is staying awake until 3 in the morning because your downlines need you. Is being on WhatsApp messages and falling asleep while you're typing that message because you know that your downlines need you. Is when you have a sense of patriotic loyalty to Dato Sri Vijay and Japadas Bismarck, because they are not founders of a corporation, but they are founders and leaders of a movement. That 1% is not in any video. That 1% is not in any book. The 1% can never be achieved by attending every event on the planet. That 1% is you. You are the 1%. That 1% is when you open up your heart and be real. 1% is when you do it at your inconvenience. The 1% is when you are dead sleepy, dead tired, and somebody calls you for a presentation, and you don't need the BV, you don't need the check. You're already maxing out. And you say, I will be there. The 1% is when you stay awake when your downlines are in trouble or in a hospital. You look after their families and you make the promise that you will be there for them forever. So what is the 1%? The 1% is when you decide that this is not a business, that this is not a company, this is not a complan, this is not about products, this is not about an industry, but this is life. That this becomes your life. That you and QNet, Dato Sri, Japa, Rhythm is no longer separate, but becomes one. 1% is when you do everything with your heart, where everything is personal, where everything you give 100% at your inconvenience. The 1% is when you are no longer a priority, where your downlines, their dreams, their lives, the vision of Dato Sri Vijay becomes a priority. And if you ask me why I am who I am today and what I do today, like you, I was a 99%er. And when I met and spent time with Dato Sri Vijay, I became 100%. And that 1%, the answer I was looking for, was in the mirror. It was me. I love you guys. You are the 1%.